The girl Maddie is deaf and mute. She can only communicate through sign language in daily life. While she was washing dishes in the living room, she did not notice her neighbor screaming desperately right outside the door. The butcher was equally confused. Every stab he delivered sent the neighbor's body slamming hard against the door. Yet the woman in front of him never reacted. Quietly tidying up the kitchen, he banged hard on the glass trying to get Maddie's attention. But Maddie never even turned her head, completely ignoring him. After disposing of the body, the butcher sneaked into the house, planning to teach this ungrateful woman a lesson. Maddie remained focused on writing, unaware a knife-wielding maniac stood right behind her. A video call from her best friend came through just in time. The butcher quickly hid in the corner, but he already had his eyes on Maddie, deciding to toy with his prey. While the two were on the call, he quietly stole Maddie's phone, and that fleeting figure caught her friend's eye. "What was that behind you? I thought I saw something move." Maddie paid no mind to her friend's reminder, thinking it was just her cat coming back. Yet when she returned to her computer, her own phone sent her messages. When she opened them, they were all photos secretly taken of her just now. Maddie instantly realized something was wrong and stood up to check immediately. The butcher stood outside holding her phone, wearing a horrifying mask. She quickly locked the front door, trapping the butcher outside. He had no intention of leaving. Instead, he held a crossbow watching his prey with amusement. Maddie tried to use her computer to call the police. The butcher cut off the power supply one step ahead. The internet went dead instantly. In this remote, isolated wilderness, only the two of them remained for a fight to the death that night. The butcher dragged his knife across the glass, hinting at Maddie's fate tonight, then slashed all the car tires outside, completely cutting off any chance for her to escape. Desperate, Maddie picked up lipstick and wrote on the glass, "I did not see your face. Leave. I swear I will never call the police." After the butcher read the words, he took off his mask directly, his intention clear. "Now that you have seen my face, you have to die." Yet he was in no rush to kill her. Instead, he wanted to watch what other tricks Maddie could come up with. Unwilling to wait for death, Maddie found a sharp knife and a hammer in the kitchen, then barricaded herself inside the bedroom and blocked the windows. But the butcher thought little of these trivial measures. The next moment, knocking sounds came from the bedroom window. Maddie summoned up her courage and turned around, only to find her murdered neighbor, as if telling her this would be her fate soon. Maddie was terrified and could barely stand. Yet a thought suddenly crossed her mind. The neighbor's phone might still be in her pocket. If she could distract the butcher and get hold of the phone, she might stand a chance to call for help. Maddie hurried to the living room, grabbed her car keys from her bag, and pressed the unlock button. The car alarm blared loudly. The butcher was indeed drawn to check the vehicle, taking the chance. Maddie crept out of the bedroom to search thoroughly for the neighbor's phone. She searched for ages, only to be caught red-handed by the returning butcher. The two struggled against the window. Maddie luckily injured the butcher, yet her plan was exposed. The neighbor's phone had long been taken by the butcher. He even took off the pendant from the neighbor right in front of Maddie, telling her she would face the same humiliation once she died. Maddie had only one thought left: flee deep into the forest for a slim chance of survival. She hid in a corner, letting the butcher search for her. Once he walked far away, she immediately slipped out of the house and ran toward the forest as fast as she could. The butcher spotted her before she could reach the woods. Hiding in the forest was no longer an option. Maddie had no choice but to turn back. The butcher stared at the woman playfully, as if saying the fun had only just begun. Running back inside, Maddie planned her second escape. She climbed out the window and threw her flashlight far toward the woods. Hearing the noise, the butcher chased after the light. Maddie ran in the opposite direction while he was distracted. The butcher suspected Maddie might be dead and climbed up to check, relying on vibrations from the rooftop. Maddie hid in the shadows waiting for an opening. Maddie successfully grabbed the crossbow, ready to strike back, but the butcher was already closing in, forcing Maddie to rush back into the house in panic. Though wounded, she had managed to seize the butcher's murder weapon. After treating her wound simply, Maddie tried to cock the crossbow, yet she did not have enough strength. Not only failing to load the bolt, she strained her wrist instead. Not so easy, is it? Just then, the neighbor's boyfriend arrived. He immediately noticed the message Maddie wrote on the window. The butcher pretended to be a police officer and intimidated the man with a few words, then blamed all the strange events of the night on a made-up mysterious stranger. He also took the boyfriend's phone, pretending he had already contacted the authorities. Later, the boyfriend asked for his phone back, and the neighbor's pendant dropped onto the ground. Seeing it, the boyfriend instantly sensed something was wrong. He did not lash out on the spot. Instead, he asked several probing questions, growing more certain by the second the man in front of him was dangerous. While the butcher turned away, he picked up a rock and slowly moved closer. Maddie suddenly appeared, giving the butcher an opening. He stabbed the boyfriend, who collapsed soon after, yet fighting till his last breath. The boyfriend summoned all his remaining strength in his final moments, pinning the butcher to the ground. He turned his gaze toward Maddie in the distance, gesturing for her to run. Maddie quickly mapped out an escape route in her mind, dashing straight for the back door and into the deep forest. Everything that just happened was only a scenario playing out inside Maddie's head. By this point, the boyfriend had lost all strength and life. Finally releasing the butcher, Maddie analyzed the situation calmly in her thoughts. Her current predicament, an arrow stuck in her thigh. She could never outrun the butcher, and he would use the crossbow to shoot her. The crossbow was hard to use indoors, yet out in the open, she would be an easy target. Trying to restore power to call for help, the circuit breaker or wires were likely already damaged. Going outside meant running straight into the butcher. Hiding would not work. The bedroom, bathroom, and attic were not safe enough. Any window could be shattered with a single stone, even if she managed to stay hidden without being found. Continuous blood loss would slowly make her lose consciousness. She already felt ice cold all over, a clear sign of excessive blood loss. She could not run away, she could not hide, and she refused to wait helplessly for death. Only one choice remained: go all in and fight back head-on. The butcher finally lost his patience. He fetched a crowbar from his car, planning to break through the window. At that moment, a kitten wandered to his feet. It was Maddie's cat returning. Just as the butcher prepared to kill the cat, an arrow suddenly flew out. Maddie's hand was trapped in the doorframe, unable to move. The butcher stomped down hard, crushing her hand, only then releasing the door. Watching her suffer with mocking amusement, he was about to walk inside and kill Maddie. As if she heard those words, Maddie forced herself to stand up and provocatively wrote on the window, "Come, you coward." Enraged, the butcher turned to grab the crowbar, slamming it viciously against the glass. Maddie quickly typed her last words on the computer, then dragged herself slowly toward the bathroom, staring at the front door for one final stand. Her vision had already grown blurry. She did not even notice the butcher had quietly snuck up behind her. "Know what I think that you're holding out on me? I bet if I hit the right spot I can make you scream." Maddie endured searing pain and dragged herself toward the kitchen, trying to grab a weapon. Yet she collapsed halfway from exhaustion. The butcher advanced step by step, but all of this was a trap Maddie set on purpose. She grabbed the insecticide beside her, spraying it all over the butcher's face. The harsh chemicals stung his eyes, leaving him blind. Right after, she triggered the fire alarm nearby. The shrill alarm blared through the entire house. The deafening noise meant nothing to Maddie, who could not hear yet tormented the butcher severely. Even with impaired vision, he still grabbed hold of her, slamming her heavily onto the floor, then pinned her hands down and wrapped his fingers around her neck, attempting to strangle the woman to death. Blood loss combined with suffocation. Maddie's strength drained away. Flashes of her life passed before her eyes. In the very last second, Maddie struck the fatal blow and turned the tables.